And the whole concept of it was, of course, me choosing wines, Alton Brown cooking, and in the last minute, doing something to what he was cooking to me to be able to say, Alton, you destroyed my wine.
For all those wine pairings, all those flavors.
My pleasure, Joe. And just to give you a little thing in relation to food and wine pairings, a couple of years ago, well, maybe those of you watching this conversation don't know that I live in Atlanta. I've been living in Atlanta for 23 years, although Chilean. And many years ago, in a wine event here in Atlanta with Alton Brown, that is one of the Food Network celebrities, we put together a seminar, and the name of the seminar was How to Destroy a Wine. And the whole concept of it was, of course, me choosing wines, Alton Brown cooking, and in the last minute, doing something to what he was cooking to me to be able to say, Alton, you destroyed my wine. So it was a very interesting experience, and particularly for the consumers attending, a very eye-opening experience that very simple things, like, for instance, I don't know, a green salad that you drizzle some olive oil and you put a little bit of salt and pepper, and in the last minute you say, okay, I'm going to pair this with the Sauvignon Blanc. And then Alton was asking me, do you want me to squeeze some lemon on your salad? Sure, absolutely. But you destroy my wine. Little tips and things like that. So
I love the science behind the flavors and how the chemistry all works out. That's amazing to me. And I think we're going to have to talk further, because I think the idea of playing with some food and some kitchen work while we do this might be a lot of fun.
Yep, absolutely.
As we're wrapping up, I always like to ask, is there anything that we haven't talked about that you really feel the audience wants to hear about or you want to share?
Yeah, I will say, Joe, that today, one of the biggest challenges that we have as a country, Chile, is that Chile has a very good established reputation as a wine producing country, but most of the time perceived as a good value producing country. Inexpensive wines coming from Chile. So you're going to find brands out there, sometimes retailing for $5, $6, $7 a bottle. And that's fine. That's okay. But that is one aspect of Chile. There's another aspect of Chile of more premium, super premium, ultra premium wines. And I feel very often that consumers are kind of afraid to venture into those more expensive wines. And sometimes when I'm talking more expensive, for instance, these two puppies that I have here, normally they retail between $15 and $18 a bottle. So I'm not saying that you're going to jump into the 50, 60s or $100 bottle of wine, but they feel that, yeah, but what happened to Chile that all of a sudden we moved from $6 to 12 or 15 or 20? Well, that is the new Chile that needs to be discovered, because that is where most of the interesting revolution in terms of the wine industry is happening right now. So don't feel afraid, because I can guarantee you that if I could have the opportunity to do a blind tasting with all of you and put some bottles of Chilean wine in paper bags and you taste those wines, you're not going to say Chile. And if I ask you, how much are you willing to pay? Most of the time, you're going to be able to pay 2 or 3 times the real retail price of the wines that we're going to be tasting. So my invitation is to go to your preferred store, go to the South American section or Chilean section, if there is one, and see what they have from Chile that is not the typical brands that you have seen for many, many years in Chile. So instead of looking towards the floor, look towards eye level and see what is there in the Chilean section.
For those of us ready to go out and shop today, where can we find these wines? What's the website, and how can we follow you on social media?
Okay, so if you want to know a little bit more about Santa Ema, www.santaema.cl for Chile. C as in Charlie, L as in Luis. So santaema.cl. That's to find out a little bit more about the winery. If you want to follow us in social media, Instagram and Facebook, santaemawines.com. That will be the handles for Facebook and Instagram. And then in terms of buying, depending on where the viewers are, because you know that each state has their own different rules. So as I normally say, we don't deal with one country, we deal with 50 within one. But anyway, the easiest way, go to wine.com and see what is available in your region, in your area for Santa Ema. Okay, so wine.com will be the easiest way, if it is legal, again, in your state or in your region, so that they can deliver to your door. If not, if you are in places where Costco is available and you guys are a Costco member, sometimes we do run programs with Costco, cycles with Costco, and most of the time it's going to be either the Reserva Cabernet Sauvignon or the Reserva Merlot, okay? And you know the deal with Costco, so you're going to have amazing wines at amazing prices.